I cannot believe this is real. I cannot believe we are here today. It is crazy. Okay. Oof. Let's begin this video. Hi guys, and welcome to a new video here in my channel. I cannot believe we are here today to, not to acknowledge, but to live this thing that just happened. So today it's not that I became a self-published author, because I already had one book out. This is my first book, Giving Meaning to the Words, an anthology. It's a little collection of speeches that I wrote while I was in England. It is literally my pride and joy, I love it. But today is actually the day the first novel that I wrote is published. I phrase that weird. My first novel, The Cursed Princess, is out now, which is crazy to say. It is so crazy. So if you want to get the books, this is the English copy that is out today, and this is the Spanish copy that came out last week. But basically, when you're watching this video, my first novel is out, and for people to read. Like, people can get it and read it and love it, or hate it, but they can read it and get it. It's crazy. Oh my god! If you want to get any of the of the copies, the English or the Spanish, whichever you prefer, there's going to be a link down in the description, as well as a link to my first book. There's always going to be a link of these books on my description from now on. But it is crazy to think about the fact that I wrote, edited, and did the cover and made everything and self-published my first novel. Finally, I've been working on this book since 2020, since COVID, and I cannot believe it is real. I cannot believe it. It's so crazy to think about, but here we are. And into this video, I want to talk about the 10 things that I've learned while I was writing, editing, and working on self-publishing my first novel. If you want to know what this book is about, let me just tell you very quickly before I tell you the 10 things that I've learned from writing, editing, and doing all the self-publishing things from these books. This book is basically about an elf called Elora. She is the higher of the elves, and she has 3 sisters. One of them gets into a little illness, and there's no really cure to it, but she finds that there's this one specific flower that can save her sister, because it's kind of a magical flower, but the flower is in the wrong side of the kingdom. So she lives in the elf side of the kingdom, and this flower is in the dwarves side of the kingdom, and elves and dwarves don't really get along. So she decides to risk her life to try and save her sister, and in that process of finding the flower, in that adventure, she finds out who the higher of the dwarves is. She meets the other main character, who is Cyril. She is a dwarf. She is the higher of the dwarves kingdom, and they start not really getting along, but then they figure out that they need to work together, so Elora can get to her house safely, and so she can save her sister. And it is just a great, beautiful story that I've worked so hard on. I'm so proud of it. And I've learned so many things from writing, editing, making the cover, formatting, doing all that. I've learned so many things in the process of writing this book. So let me tell you what are the 10 things that I've learned from the process of writing and self-publishing my first novel. I cannot believe that is real. Wow. I have a list here with me on my tablet of the things that I've learned from working on this book, and I'm gonna just start telling you the list. I'm just gonna start reading the list to you and explaining. There is no order to it. I just wrote the things how they were coming to my head, so it's a bit chaotic. There's no an actual order of these have a specific topic, or these talk about similar things. No, it's just things in general. So let me tell you about the things that I've learned from writing this first book, my first novel. I can't believe that it's still like, it's weird to say my first book is out, but it is. I'm just crazy. So if you're excited to see this video, to see what things I've learned, please like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you know if I want to post a brand new video every single Friday. And number one, writing is actually the easiest part of the entire job. Editing is what is hard and the real deal. I remember hearing people say, oh yeah, editing is actually the hard part, writing is easy. I didn't know that was a thing until I started editing the book and I saw all the shitty writing that I did and all the things that were wrong, in the sense of like they made no sense, and things that they were just all the things that were wrong, I saw them when editing. And I thought writing was hard because, you know, working on this book for 5 years, that I had a bit of a, you know, writer's block in the middle. Like, it was hard. So I thought that was the hardest part. Then I started editing, and then I saw how hard it was, and I'm like, no, yeah, editing is the hardest part, but it is where the magic happens. I love editing because, yes, it's hard as hell, and I'm really pushing. Right now, I am procrastinating editing my second book, like the second book of this trilogy. So my book, okay, The Cursed Princess, this book, is the first book of a trilogy, and I have the entire second book written. I just have to edit it, and I'm procrastinating because I don't want to. So imagine how hard it is that I want to procrastinate. So I think that says a lot about it. But no, yeah, editing is where the magic starts, and that's why I love it. It's where the story comes together, and I am absolutely in love with it. It's just hard, so that's why I'm procrastinating right now. But no, yeah, it is so good to know now that editing is actually the hardest part, because now when I see a blank page of like a new story or something that I want to start writing, I'm not as scared, because I know I can just write whatever I want and then I can just work on it on the editing. So that is the first thing I've learned. And the second is that sizing is very important, guys. I don't know, I'm not gonna show you actually, but when I was working on the sizing for this book, the first copy of this book was in a different size. It was like double this size. I thought the sizing was the same. I don't know why, and then it wasn't, and then I was confused of what I did wrong, and apparently just clicked the size that it wasn't. That like this the wrong size on the Amazon thing. So I'm self-publishing with Amazon KDP, and you have to choose what size your book is. I chose the wrong size, and that's why that is why it was wrong, and I didn't know. But yeah, sizing is important because it depending on the size and the length of your book, a size is better than the other. So like I love my size to be this. I don't know why, like all of my books are gonna be like this, but I feel like this is a very like, this height is a normal book in English, but then it's a bit more like long in this sense. But I love this size. I don't know what it is about this size. It just I like it like this. So I like sizing, but yeah, it is very important, and you should like take into consideration what type of book you're writing, well, how long it is, and stuff like that into, you know, you have to take all of that into consideration when thinking about the sizing of the book. At this point, I don't care how big or small or how long or like short my books are. They're all going to be the same size. So if I write a freaking, you know, 1,000-page book, it's going to be a 1,000-page book in that size. So that's it. So yeah. Third thing, there's no space between chapters. And I thought there was. I'm going to do all my books the same. So like this book is going to be, like the 3 books are going to be the same, like scent, like the same on the inside. I mean, on the outside, of course, the cover are gonna be different, but yeah, I want to kind of have a bit of a, you know, same thing. So basically, all of the inside is gonna be the same. But apparently, in books, I mean, I noticed it quite late actually. But apparently, in books, there's no blank page here, just chapter after chapter after chapter. And I do know it because I read a lot. I just didn't notice until one day I saw that there was no space, and I'm like, oh wait, what? So no, yeah, I will be changing that for the future, like not for the entire series, for the next book that I publish that is not part of the series. Again, I want to have the interior and I want this entire series to be the same, in the sense of like, I want the covers to have like kind of like to follow kind of like the same aesthetic, and the insides to be kind of the same. That is what I want for the entire series. But when this trilogy is done, I have more books to publish. I have so many ideas. I'm writing so many things. I will be working on those little things that I'm learning. So I will think about the sizing. I will think about the space between chapters, because having this blank space, it makes me, it annoys me that it has the number and this as well. But at the same time, books don't have this, so that's why, you know, it probably is annoying me. But no, yeah, I will be changing that on the next book that I write that is not part of the series. So that is another thing I've learned. The fourth thing that I've learned is that feedback is so important. Letting people read your book is so important. And this kind of goes hand in hand with the next thing that I've learned, which is that better readers are also very important and are key to a story. So like to the editing process. So a better reader, if you're not sure what that is basically a person that reads the book when it's like supposed to be, about like when one of the final drafts is done. You get someone to read it and they can see the things that you've missed. Like the mistakes that you've missed. And it's very important to let people read the book and to give you feedback. Like, if it wasn't for my friend Ruben, I love you. I don't know if you're going to see this, actually. But if you are, I love you with all my heart. Thank you so much for the work. As soon as I finish editing the second book, I will send it to you, promise. But if it wasn't for my friend Ruben, it probably would have taken me much longer to figure out the things that were wrong in my book, like the mistakes, because while he was reading, he was like, oh, I don't understand this, or like, what does this mean? And then he had very funny comments of like, oh my god, finally this thing happened, and things like that. It was so funny. But it was so fun. But no, yeah, he gave me a lot of feedback of like, oh, I like this, I don't like this as much, I think this could be a bit better. Like he gave me a lot of feedback, and he read the book and is now obsessed with it. Like he already asked me when I'm sending the second one. So like having feedback is so important, and I'm so scared of feedback because again, this is a story, and all the stories I have in my head, they're just in my head and they make sense in my head. So letting other people read my work is very like, it's hard. It's like, oh my god, what if they don't like it? What if they hate it? So it is hard, but feedback is important. It's very good to grow. It's so hard to let people read something you've worked on for so long, but if the feedback is good, it's so much better, so satisfactory, so great. So no, yeah, feedback is very important, even though it's scary, and better readers are key. Another one, I don't know which number we are at this point, but the next thing I've learned is that it is possible to make a cover with the free version of Canva. And I say it because I've done it with the two books. Like these two are just like the covers are made with Canva, with a free version, because I don't pay for Canva, like premium. And it is possible. Like, yes, I understand you want the best for your book, and maybe sometimes, what's the word I'm looking? Hiring someone to do the covers is much more important and is better than making it yourself. But as someone who is not really, I'm not poor, but I don't have all the money in the world. I know this, like, cover designing is so expensive, and it should be, like, well, it should be. I can understand why it's expensive because, it's hard, and some people like live from it, so I understand it, but someone who doesn't, have that much money to spend on these kind of things, if I can do it myself, I will. And the thing is, I have this idea of I can do everything. Like, if someone can do something, I can probably do it as well. So I was like, if someone can do a cover, I can do it myself, and I love how it turned out, and I'm working on the cover of the second book. Like, I love working on it, but the thing is, for a while I thought I needed like a premium version of Canva or something, like a paid version of some type of graphic design website to do it, and I did it with Canva free. Like, if I can do it, you can do it, and if it's free in Canva, you can do it. Like, this is all free in Canva. Like, I did it all, and it's beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. Like, I can do it. If someone can do it, I can do it as well. That is my mindset. That is my motto of life, So yeah, that's another thing I've learned, that you don't need to spend thousands of euros, pounds, dollars, whatever, on a graphic designer. If you don't want to, if you want, feel free. Okay, I'm not saying not to. I'm just saying I personally think if I can do it, I can do it. I don't need to pay someone. But of course, if at some point I know there's something I want that I can't do, I will pay someone. Of course, like, there's people who know how to do this. It's just, I know if I can do it for free, it's going to be better for my expenses. So we love that. So yeah, next thing I've learned is that social media is very important. I didn't know. I knew this from publishing my first book and from trying to grow on social media, which isn't really working very well. So please go follow my social medias. I'm going to put screenshots of my Instagrams and my TikTok. Please follow my TikTok. Subscribe here, like, please. I have the rest of my social media down below as always. But no, yeah, social media is important. If you're self-publishing, you need to be your own marketer. And I made a video complaining about this, and I still don't like it. The fact that I have to be a social media content creator with thousands of followers for people to read my books and enjoy them. Sorry, but no, I don't want that. I want to just make silly videos here on YouTube. I want to make silly videos on TikTok. I would just want to make silly videos, and hopefully people can watch them, like them, and enjoy my books and find them through it. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I know now that social media is very important if you are self-publishing like I am. I'm still working on it. I'm still a bit, I don't really like it, but I have to do it. So it's a bit of like, But no, yeah, social media is very, very important. Like, I post on my Instagram everything about my books. I try to post on TikTok as much as I can, but I just don't like TikTok. I like coming here. I like YouTube. You're my besties. I love you. But no, yeah, social media is very important, and I'm doing my best to grow my social media because, I mean, without social media, I wouldn't sell any books. So social media is key, and that is something I've learned. Number 8, mouth to mouth works, and with that I mean telling people about your book works. Like, telling people about your book makes them be able to talk about other people about your book. Like, social media is important to promote, but you can also promote by just telling people, and maybe they tell other people, and they tell other people. It's this entire chain, and it works. And I know it works because when I published the collection, the anthology, my friends knew. My mom told all of her friends, and some of her friends got the book so they could read it. Like, and then my aunt, who is an English teacher, she said she might use it in her English classes in her school so people can get it. Mouth to mouth works, and if you don't have social media because you can't, or you don't like it, you just have to know that you can just do it mouth to mouth. Like, you can just tell your friend, and maybe your friend can tell someone else, and then someone else can tell someone else, and then maybe someone hears that and reads it and loves it and starts promoting it, and then you become famous. I'm believing in mouth to mouth. I'm believing one day someone will, for whatever reason, find someone else talking about my book, like someone famous. Imagine Dua Lipa finding about my book because she heard it on social media because of someone she follows. That would be crazy, and I believe that can work. It's just, I don't know how much it can work, but I know it could. So I'm believing in mouth to mouth. I believe in mouth to mouth. Thing number 9, if people want to hate you, they will. And I've learned this from this process because, again, when I was a kid, I was bullied for many reasons. It was not hard bullying, but I was the person everyone laughed at because I liked things that no one liked, or I didn't like the things that everyone liked. And then I've always loved to write, and I used to write things on Wattpad. Like, I used to publish fan fictions and different stories that I had in my head on Wattpad, and the people in my class used to find about it and make fun of me for it because I liked to write and I wanted to be creative, and they made fun of me for being creative. And I learned through this process that if someone wants to hate you, they will. Like, I have friends now that absolutely love me and who I love with all my heart. I literally am so grateful I have all of them. I'm grateful every day for everyone I have in my life right now because they're all freaking amazing, and I don't know where I would be with any of them. But the thing is, they love me so much. One of my friends said, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but she said she will buy all of my books. Like, she wants to support me, and she wants to share, she wants to read everything I write. And I have friends who love me so much, they want to, they want to support my dream of being a writer. And if people don't, I've learned through that when people want to hate you, they will. If someone wants to hate you, they will find a reason to hate you. That whatever thing it is. So the people in my class and the people that made fun of me when I was a kid, they made fun of me because they wanted to make fun of me. Because maybe they were insecure, I don't know, but they made fun of me because they wanted to, and now I have people who love me and who support me, and people who show me that being myself is great, and they just love me and they love what I do. You know what I mean? So, like, if people want to hate me, they will. So if when I publish a book, yes, I am being vulnerable because someone can hate what I write. But that is it. Like, if they hate it, they hate it. I can't do anything about it. The last thing is that it's possible to follow a dream and be successful at it. Like, my dream since I was a kid was to, well, I've had many dreams, but one of them was to become a writer. I wanted to work with books, and I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to write and create stories because that's what I've always liked. I've always loved to write things. I wanted to be a journalist for a while. Now I want to work with books. I'm working on towards that. I want to work with books. I want to work with publishing companies. I want to work within books in some like in some sense. And publishing these books have showed me that it can pay off. I can do it. It just showed me that I can follow my dream of being a writer. Maybe I will not become a New York Times bestseller, which would be great, but maybe that's not a thing. But I will still, see that my dream is possible. Like, I have the proof of my dream being possible in my hands right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is the last thing I've learned, that I can follow my dream and it can pay off. So if you have a dream, anything, it can be literally anything, any dream you have, just know you can probably do it and you can achieve it, because if you work hard on it, if you are consistent, like, you can do whatever you put your mind to, because if I've done it, you can do it. That is also one of my mottos. If people can do it, I can do it. But if I can do it, people can do it. So no, yeah, that is the last thing I've learned from writing, editing, self-publishing, working on this entire thing, to be able to publish my first book. I cannot believe that is true, but it is. Again, if you want to get my first novel, the Amazon links to the Spanish and the English version is going to be down below. And if you want to get my little collection of texts, also, the link is going to be down below. So just go check those out if you are interested. Thank you so much for watching. I cannot believe my books are out, but they are out today, the English, and last week the Spanish, if everything goes to plan. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. I cannot believe I'm here saying that my books are out, and I don't know how many people are going to read it, but I hope everyone who reads it loves it. So no, yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you guys next week, which, if I'm not wrong, next week I have a vlog, and it's very exciting. I've been thinking about this vlog and planning it since I've got the tickets to the event that I'm going. So enjoy next week's video, which is a vlog. I'm here again to see it. I'm not going to say what is going to happen, but just so you know, it's going to be a very interesting video. So come next week to see that. Please like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you know if I want to post a brand new video every Friday, aka next week and the following weeks and all of that. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate everything that I am doing right now. So thank you so much. I will see you guys next week with the vlog, and the following weeks with whatever idea and whatever video I'm planning on doing. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week. Bye!